In this week's video, I'm going to show you 4 of the worst movements that you can do for your back. Now, we've all heard of the saying that prevention is better than cure, and when it comes to our lower back and back pain, this really holds true. If we can prevent a problem from occurring in the first place, then we really don't have to worry about trying to fix one up further on down the path. That's why I wanted to shoot this video. I want to show you 4 movements that do put your back at increased risk of injury, and also some simple way that we can try and hopefully prevent that from occurring. Hi, I'm Craig from Elevate Chiropractic, and I've been helping people get over back pain, but also prevent back pain for the last 13 years. In this video, we're going to show you 4 of the worst movements that you can do that can put you at increased risk of an injury. And we're going to start off by the first one, which is picking up heavy things with a rounded back. Now, I want to start off here by saying we don't want to be scared of bending our back. Our backs are designed to bend and move. Bending over to touch the ground, for example, is a normal movement that we should be able to do. Ideally, we should be able to bend over and touch the ground. Now, we don't want to bend over and round our back and lift up heavy things. This really puts a lot of extra load on the joints in the lower back, really puts you at an increased risk of an injury. So a simple way around this is your correct lifting technique. So if we're picking up something off the ground, we can do that full knee bend squat, get down to the ground, pick it up, keeping our back reasonably straight with our core on, nice and organized so that we're doing it safely. We can do a partial squat if we're picking up something that's like, say, stool or seat height. We can do movements like the hip hinge, which is a really great way of bending forward by keeping our back flat without going into the roundedness. And also these other movements like the golfer's pickup, where we can bend over on one leg, keeping our back straight like you see golfers when they pick the ball out of the hole. So the second part of this video is doing heavy lifting when we're fatigued. Now, when we get tired, we're puffed, we're physically exhausted sometimes, our technique tends to suffer, we tend to get a little bit sloppy, our form goes out the window, and then we're more likely to hurt ourselves. So if you've been doing a lot of gardening, you're doing a lot of heavy lifting, you're moving house, and you're starting to get tired, have a break, have a rest, let your pulse come down, let your body rest a little bit, and then you can go back to it. If we keep on pushing through, that's when we tend to get sloppy with our technique, and that's when our injuries are likely to happen. So the third movement that we want to try and avoid is lifting heavy things away from our body. As soon as you reach forward to lift up heavy things, and in fact some people lifting light things really can increase your risk of injury. As soon as we lean forward to lift up something, the pressure on the joints and the discs and the structures in our lower back increases, and so does our risk of injury. So an easy way around this would be to bring the object towards the body, close to the body, and we can lift it up without rounding it back and reducing the pressure on the joints and the structures in our back. So in my mind, I think I've left the worst movement we can do for a back to last. So our fourth one is lifting and twisting. So if we're lifting and then twisting whilst under load, especially away from your body, really puts you at risk of an injury. So we want to try and avoid that, and the way that I would suggest that we do it would be to break that movement down into 2 separate movements. So we would bring the object towards you, just like we talked about in tip number 3. We'd lift it up, we'd turn our body, we'd place it down. So by breaking this movement down into 2 different parts, we are really going to reduce the risk of injury. We'll still get the job done, but we're just unlikely to hurt yourself doing it that way, rather than lifting and just twisting all in one movement. So there you have 4 of the worst movements that you can do for your back, and some ways that you can try and work around them, so hopefully we can avoid an injury in the first place. If you have been unfortunate enough to injure your back and you want a little bit of extra help, feel free to give me a call at the clinic on 413-5312, and we can find a time for you to come in and we can see if chiropractic care could be a good option for you. But until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon.